Hello and welcome to Intermediate Accounting 1. My name is Steve Hall. I'm Professor Steve Hall. Um, I'm chair of the Department of Accounting. I've been teaching accounting since 1988, full-time. I want to just give you an introduction to Intermediate Accounting, sort of what it's about and how we'll manage the class. Intermediate Accounting is the meat and potatoes of accounting. This is what everyone expects. If you're a financial accountant, if you're an auditor, everyone expects you to know the content of this intermediate accounting class. Intermediate accounting is rather difficult. Online it's intense, but I think you can do it. I've taught it once before, and everybody that stuck with it passed, and the grades were similar to what we'd have in a face-to-face class. It's also rewarding. We work hard, work together, we learn things, accomplish things, you're going to feel good at the end. We conduct the class on two platforms. We have Blackboard, which you're all familiar with, and on Blackboard you'll get the syllabus, list of all the assignments, the schedule, the calendar of everything and when it's due. It's where you'll do all of your discussions will be through Blackboard. And there are some videos there that I have recorded, or a link to those videos through a software called Echo 360. So hit the Echo 360 button and it will show you all of the videos I've recorded. I've tried to record videos for each chapter that we'll discuss. That's the first platform. The other platform is Wiley Plus, which some of you have gotten some experience with in your principles classes. Wiley Plus has three important tabs. There's the Read, Study, Practice tab. And there you do those three things. You read, study, and practice. So one is the reading. So you have access to the complete textbook there. In Wiley Plus, you can read the printed textbook, or you can just get the online, electronic textbook and read it there, or a combination of the two. Two is the study, and the study really is watch videos. So within the videos, there's three types. So you've got the narrated PowerPoint review. What the narrated PowerPoint review will do is it will run you through all of the important concepts of the chapter. And you'll have the second type is the accounting skills videos, and those will show you how to do things. So if there are problems to solve, it'll show you how to solve problems. And then we have the the problem walkthrough videos. The problem walkthrough videos take problems that are similar to what are in the list of homework at the end of the chapter. So you take problems similar to those, and they will show you how to solve them. Okay, now that would be the same, but you'll take the principles learned in class, you'll apply them to solve a problem, and they will take principles that they assume we taught in class, and they'll apply them to solve similar problems. And so they'll be useful to you as you attempt your homework. And then the practice, there are practice problems, quizzes, and things that you can take there on that Read, Study, Practice tab. The second tab, important for us, is the Assignments tab. In that tab, you'll have all your quizzes, all of your homework, and your exams, okay? All there in that Practice tab. And most of that work will be graded by Wiley Plus. Some of it I'll have to do some contributions to and do some grading. Most of it by Wiley Plus. Due dates are programmed in. Wiley Plus doesn't understand excuses for lateness. It just electronically shuts off when it's over. So you want to make sure you have things done early in case things come up that your homework is already in. And then there's the gradebook tab. Anything you do on Wiley Plus, the grade will be posted in that gradebook tab. Other grades, of course, will be posted in Blackboard. And you being accounting students, you'll be bright enough to be able to take the grades on Wiley Plus and the grades on Blackboard and calculate what your grade is so far. Let's think about the syllabus for a moment. So if you don't have a syllabus in front of you, you might go grab a copy of a syllabus. And we're going to flip to page 2. And if you're looking at the online syllabus, that's the part that starts with That's a part that starts with course expectations and evaluation. It appears mine is all empty. There we are. So let's think about class for a moment. Class procedure. Class runs in weekly cycles. Okay, so every week we'll either discuss one chapter from the textbook, or you'll take an exam. We don't do both. So either you're going to do a chapter or you're going to do an exam. That means that some weeks will require a lot of work because some chapters are longer than others, and you just have to just allocate the time. And some will be less, but either chapter or an exam. Now, if we're in for a week that does not have an exam, then it proceeds in sort of this logical order. You'll read the textbook, watch appropriate videos, take a quiz. Okay. Then you'll answer a discussion question on the discussion board. You'll also comment on some other students' entries on the discussion board. And then you'll submit homework. Okay. And then the week starts, next week starts. Same thing. Okay. Weekly cycles until there's an exam. When there's an exam, it's an exam only. It gives you the first half of the week to study, and then I'll open up the possibility to take the exam near the end of the week. Okay. If you have questions, I'm going to log into the class almost every day, at least every business day. But really, see, if you're in a class, you ask a question, other students get the benefit of having heard the question and the answer. We want that to happen here as well. So when you have questions, the preferred way to ask a question regarding any of the topics of the course is to check into the class discussion board and post the question there. That way I can answer the question, or other students can chime in and answer questions as well. And that really will be best for you and other students if you'll do it that way. Now, there'll also be a discussion board where you can post questions for me individually, and I'll get back to you, or you can email me. And I check my email several times a day during the work day. And those are the best ways to make contact. Okay. Now, if you think you want to come in and face-to-face talk about things, then you ought to take the class the other way. Okay. If you think you would like to have one-on-one discussions of material, teach you while I'm looking at you, that's not the format for this class. It's an online class. All teaching happens online. With a few emergency receptions, you can give me a call and we can talk about things during regular office hours. Okay? So, online class. All right. In a face-to-face class, intermediate accounting be one of our more difficult classes within the curriculum. In a face-to-face class, you normally think of 3 hours a week in class, 2 hours for each hour, 2 hours out for every hour in. So 6 hours out, 9 hours a week. But since this class, and that's on average. This class is not an average class. This class is a class will take more than the average class would take as far as time goes. So you ought to expect to take more than 10 hours a week. Now, some of you will take less and do well. Some of you will need more than the average to do well. That's what average is all about, right? So we can't say to everybody, 10 or 12 hours will be enough. For some it will be enough, some it's plenty, and for some it's not going to be enough. But you ought to expect to put in 10 to 12 hours a week, okay, on this class as an average student. And if you're an average accounting student, if you're a little slower in doing things, takes you a little more time, then plan a little more time than that. Okay. We'll give 3 exams during the semester. Don't yet know how many of them will be on. Will just be delivered on Wiley Plus. I could deliver one on Blackboard, It depends on how the semester goes. I have had students that have gotten a hold of answer keys and cheated, and they ruin the whole class, and then I have to have you either come in here or have it proxied somewhere at a school, or it's sort of messy. But I'm hoping not to do that. Hoping that everyone will jump in and do it well. Generally, I give you a big window in which you can take the exam, 2 or 3 days, but only an hour and a half to 2 hours window in which to actually take it. Once you turn the computer on, you've got that limited amount of time. And while it's open book because you're there with your books, you don't have much time to go looking stuff up and learning things. Okay, so that's part of the purpose. Example probably all be delivered using Wiley Plus. We have some quizzes for each chapter. The quizzes will be all come from a test bank and will be selected at random. So each of you will get a different quiz than the others in the class. Generally, I allow you to take that a couple different times so you can sort of learn from what you tried. Again, that works as long as we don't have people that compromise it. And I can tell. I can tell. Last semester, I gave a portion of the file online, and we had people that got 70s all the way through, got 100% on the last piece. And I know she just had a solutions manager from somewhere. So it's a sad thing, but it happens. So we're going to talk about integrity here in a little while, but let's do it now. We are training to be accountants, and accountants produce information. And there's 2 things that give us value as accounting as a profession. We produce the information, people are going to read it and believe it. And why would they believe it? One is because we have the expertise to produce the correct information. Okay, that's what these classes are taking all about. We're providing you the expertise. The second is they have the integrity. They trust you to have the integrity to produce the information fairly. Okay, so if you don't have the expertise, you produce junk, and there's no reason to believe it. If you have expertise, but you don't have integrity, then people think you might have produced enhanced information, changed in some way to benefit you or to benefit your firm. And again, it's worthless. So to have value as an accountant, you have to have expertise, which you're working on. You have to have integrity. Okay. Cheating on an exam removes the integrity. It removes any chance that me or anybody I talk to will give you a recommendation for employment. It just ruins everything. Don't do it. Okay. So I hate to talk about it. As far as I know, quizzes will be through Wiley Plus online, and you'll have multiple chances to take them. So it's not necessarily an evaluation tool. It's a motivation tool to get you into the book and read it and understand it. Okay, we'll also have some you'll also have 3 Excel problems, or really problems that have to be solved using Excel. I will make those available a little later in the class and give you the instructions. Okay. First 2 can be done in groups of up to 3 students. I only want 1 paper per group. Okay. Last one has to be done by yourself. So if you need some help in figuring out how to do a spreadsheet, you can get all the help you need. Last one is your own work. Okay. You have homework associated with each chapter. It's done using Wiley Plus. It counts 20% of your grade, which is a fair amount. You want to give it some good attention. This class will require you to do a mock job interview. Now, there's 2 ways in which we can do this. One is that you set up an appointment with Career Services, and you go over and do a mock job interview there. The other is that you don't want to come to campus, or you can't come to campus. Through the Career Services website, you can record an interview through a software called Big Interview. Again, that's on their website. You want to take this whole thing seriously because we're trying to get you ready for the end. And we need you to understand what your weaknesses in communication are. So you're going to do the interview. It'll be recorded. You'll sit with a counselor and go over your strengths and weaknesses. If you make the appointment, if you do it through Big Interview, you will do the interview and you'll forward it to me. And again, we can review your strengths and weaknesses there. To prepare for that interview, Career Services has several videos and other helps to help you figure out how you should dress for an interview, how to prepare for an interview, the kind of stories you ought to have ready, and how to integrate them into the interview, and so on. So you ought to have a look at what's on the website to get ready, make the appointment, and do that mock job interview. And then finally, 5% of your grade depends on discussion. And a lot of that will be formally done there in Blackboard. You're going to enter into discussion. There's an item that will show you how I'm going to grade that. And generally, I think about start with students at 4 points. If you do better than average or exceptional, then it might go up to 5. And if you don't follow the rules, you don't do enough entries, or they're just, hi, hello, my name is Susan, and I think it's B, then you get less than 4. I will, however, go up to 6 or 7 to students that are exceptional in the discussion boards, and also for those who enter into the class discussion board, where students have just questions on material, and if you're able to come in and offer help, I'll give extra points for that as well. So you could have up to 7 points, even though it's only worth 5. It's only worth 5. I will award up to 7 for those who are sort of exceptional in the discussion here. Okay, there on the syllabus you find other items. You can read that and become familiar with what we're going to do. I hope you work hard. I hope you enjoy the class. I hope you learn a lot. I'll do my best to help you. And that's it.